Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I am going to say goodbye to the Pimax Crystal. Whether I get a refund from it, I'm not sure, or I will sell it on eBay, I don't know. First of all, I want to say something about the Pimax community, the people I've dealt with in the company and everything, from customer service to tech support. They have been amazing. They are wonderful people. They genuinely want to help. But I cannot trust the Pimax Crystal anymore. Remember, for me, VR is not a game. For me, VR is not a hobby. For me, VR is not a niche use case scenario. VR, virtual reality, is part of my treatment, part of my therapy. And that's where the crux of the matter comes to. But before we get to that point, let me tell you about everything that the Pimax Crystal does right. The lenses. These lenses are the most amazing lenses that you will ever experience in VR for this current and maybe even next generation. Literally, even if you're a jaded person who has been in VR since 2015, 2016, if you put this headset on and you look through those lenses, you will be stunned. It will be a what the fuck moment. No matter who you are. The clarity, the edge-to-edge clarity, the lenses design, it's the most stunning thing. For the first time, we have a headset where the resolution, the actual resolution, using it in here is better than my monitors. That with this headset, the visuals are absolutely amazing. There's no other way to describe it other than to say that it is wow. I have never felt or experienced anything as good as this. And then you've got the audio. The audio is pretty much world class. I've got the add-on ones to it, but even without them on, I mean, I love my audio and the audio on the Index. This is as close to the audio on Index as you can get, and the audio on Index is world class as well. The mic is also very good. It has very good noise cancelling ability. I've used it for karaoke, for singing and so on. So those are all the things that it does right. So what's wrong with it? The design decision to turn it into an all-in-one was flawed. This is trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I believe that if this had just been set up as simply a PC VR headset, and if they had removed the Pimax software and just made this default and usable on PC VR, Steam VR, without any intermediate software, they would have had a stunning win with this headset. The battery pack for it is removable. They give you 2 batteries. But the problem is that if you don't put this through a powered hub, those batteries will not stay charged. And even if it's turned off, it will drain the battery. You will come back to a headset where the battery power has gone down by 20-30% and you haven't been using it. Of course, if it's plugged into a powered hub that they provide, then it works a lot better. It will hold its charge most of the time. But herein acts the problem. Then we come to the problems. I don't think anybody buys this as an all-in-one headset. There's not that much software in the store, but that isn't their fault. And I don't think you buy one of these for an all-in-one. You buy a Quest 2 or a Quest 3 for just to have an all-in-one. The store on the Quest 3 is amazing. The amount of titles. You buy this to use it with a PC. You really do. I don't think anybody buys a Pimax Crystal to use it with a standalone non-PC variant. I'm sorry. And the complications, the way they've complicated it, they've made it so thingy. The inside-out tracking, if you connect it to your PC via a tether and you use inside-out tracking, it's not bad. It's about close to the early days of the Quest 2. It's not perfect tracking of the controllers, and the controllers feel quite cheap compared to a Quest controller, but it's usable. But then when you try to, the big problems come when you want to use this with lighthouse tracking. When you get the faceplate, which is an extra 200 odd pounds for the faceplate. When you get this faceplate, which turns it into an ability for it to use your tracking system in your room and everything, it's not perfect. It's not. I've had this since January, and I have been working with tech support trying to fix the issues and problems. I'll go through all the issues and problems I've had with it since it arrived. But this is not fit for purpose, for what I need. It is not reliable to the point where I can put this on every day and expect it to work. I should be able to do that with a system that cost me over between about 2,250 for this one with all the extras. I should be able to just pick it up, put it on my head and running. Do you know that since January I have not used my full body tracking or my haptic feedback vest? The reason is I wanted to wait till I had this stable before trying to add anything else to the system. Think about that. I haven't used my full body tracking or my bHaptic vest since January because this headset has never been stable enough for me to do that. Now, when it works, it's stunning, it's amazing. But I can't guarantee you that this works every time I turn it on. It's little quirks like if you've got the Pimax software running and you shut it down and you're doing something on your computer, there's a very good chance that no matter how many times you turn the headset on and off with the reset button, no matter how many times you reset the software, that the only way to those two to talk to each other is for you to reboot your computer, which can be bloody annoying. That's just a small issue that we know about. And then you go down the rabbit hole of when you've got problems, the desync. I use my headset every single day for VRchat, for Beat Saber as part of my therapy, not just for games, but for therapy. My exercises in VRchat, in Beat Saber. And I can't get through a 30-minute session with this headset on without a single glitch. Ever since January, I have not had one session, one day where I've gone into Beat Saber and done a 30-minute routine for my exercise where there has not been any glitch. Sometimes the screens will grey out. Sometimes my controller will disappear. Sometimes it will just slide. It'll go like this. I'll be playing Beat Saber and a song will go on fine, and then all of a sudden, from my perspective inside the actual version of Beat Saber, this will go like that. Visuals, not good, not good. And then it'll recenter itself. Now you may think, oh, that's got to be a tracking issue. Well, we think it's a tracking issue, but I think it's more to do with the design of this faceplate, the lighthouse tracking and the software than anything in my room. Because now we're going to go through all the ways that we've tried to fix this. Right, first of all, one of the first things they tell you to do is remove the deep DisplayPort extension, which is a little cable which goes from inside here out here, and then you plug your main cable in. Well, they removed that so you haven't got the intermediate. So if that's a point of failure, if there's something that they tech support knows, because remember I've been talking to tech support for 3 months and we've been trying everything, then why was it like that? So we tried that. No, it wasn't that. They sent me out a new faceplate in case it was the Steam, because the faceplate for Steam for lighthouse tracking is here. You just connect it on. It's got the extra dongles stuff inside to track thingy. It also does all the normal inside out, so you don't have to keep swapping them, and that. So that just goes on there. We've tried 2 separate ones. They've had another one sent out to me. And remember, to start with, in January, I had 2 Pimaxes, 2 of these. One downstairs, one up, because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to use this primarily as my system, that it was not going to fail. I've sold one of my Pimaxes off. I've still got this one, but yeah, so I've had 2 different faceplates, and I've tried those faceplates on 2 different headsets. And still, my friend who I sold the other version to, he's seen that same desync and weirdness issue, and the way it isn't just that it desyncs. What it does is the problem is this. First of all, it will glitch. It will glitch slightly. It will just tilt to the side, or your controller tracking will just disappear. And then after that's happened for a little while, then it might go to the side and the screen might go grey, and then it might shut down completely and lose connection completely with the computer, and then it reboots itself, and that can happen in a 30-minute Beat Saber session. You can have all those problems. Now, so we've removed the extension. We connect directly to the unit with the cable. We've tried the normal cable that it comes with, same problems. We've tried the fibre optic cable, that is another couple of £100 on top to buy a fibre optic cable that I bought. The fibre optic 6-metre cable, still the same problems. They've sent me out another fibre optic cable in case the fibre optic cable was broken. We've tried 2 separate hubs, because remember I had 2 of these so I could swap out the powered hub. Didn't fix it. We've updated software, we've reinstalled software. I've tried on 2 separate PCs, this computer upstairs and the computer downstairs. So I've also my motherboard failed. My motherboard failed on this unit, so completely different, top of the range motherboard with amazing bandwidth and dedicated controllers for the USB system. We've changed that out. Still the same problems. Tried turning off each one of my stations in turn in case any of them were causing glitches. Didn't fix it. To get the best possible result out, and this makes things just slightly better, I put pillows over and covers over every shiny surface in my room, because maybe it was to do with all that. Maybe it was to do with tracking issues, because I know that their version of the tracking system isn't as good as the index. My index is up there now, and I've been on VRchat with that, and I went on to thingies when I gave up on this and put that back up there, and the tracking in this room is perfect, and I haven't got any anything over any of my shiny surfaces, lighthouse tracking and Valve Index is got some amazing algorithms to deal with refraction and reflections. It's bloody brilliant. The only thing that I ever need to be covered in this room when it comes to the index is this big massive mirror that's a wardrobe mirror right there behind that blanket. That will mess with any kind of tracking. So, but if I wanted to do this and wanted to get, I tried, I literally blankets over everything, over both monitors, over my monitors around the room, my CRTs, all shiny surfaces in the entire room, covered with blankets and towels and everything, all that done, still didn't fix it. What else did we try? I tried removing everything USB from my computer, my external hard drives, my second monitor. And literally, when I was going into VR, I would just have one monitor connected, one keyboard, and one mouse. That's it. Nothing else USB connected to the entire system. All removed, and this connected. And then they asked me to check using it without the hub or with the hub. Didn't make a difference. The only difference with not having the powered hub connector is that the blooming battery on the back drains really, really quickly. So this is what I've been going through for 3 months with this headset, a £2,000 headset. And last night was the final straw. Well, not last night, tonight. You know, Friday, Saturday and Sunday I go on to, in VR, I do karaoke, and it's important, it's part of my treatment. So I rebooted my computer. I got up a little late because I'm changing my time zones and everything for sorting things out. And when I turn everything on, this isn't recognised at all. So I plug it into another USB, I tweak everything, I reconnect. Everything seems to be working okay after 3 or 4 tries and shutting down everything and making sure everything's working. It seems to be a thing that people who use the Pimax know about. You have to do this a lot. And then I'm connecting, I start up VRchat, and once I actually get into VRchat, within the first 2 minutes, I'm about to walk up on stage to talk to people, and the connection sync of between the lighthouse tracking and the thingy just disappears, and I start to crash. I try again. I try 3 times, and each time the syncing disappears. At one point in time, it stopped recognizing my controllers, and I had to repair the controllers. This is what you get with a beta, not a commercial product. And so, in the end, it was quicker. Remember, it was quicker for me to go downstairs, to disconnect my Valve Index from the computer in the kitchen, which is my backup setup, bring it upstairs, set it all up in the pulley, connect it to it, do my room setup and everything, and make sure everything was working, and swap over voice meter and everything so it would work. Remove the Pimax software and have it just all connected through the normal Steam VR. It was quicker to do that and have that running than to deal with this. I don't hate Pimax. I fucking love Pimax. I really do. I love the people at the company. They're wonderful. And I love the headset. It just is not stable enough. I can no longer rely on this to be part of my coping strategy. I have to think to myself that if I hadn't changed my sleeping habits, if I wasn't actually now awake for the night and I needed to go to sleep, if I was on a normal sleep schedule and I only had like half an hour of time before I needed to sleep to do my karaoke in VRchat, I would have been so stressed. I cannot trust this there. This headset has such potential. The lenses are the best in the world. When it works, it is the most amazing, stunning piece of kit you will ever see. But I can't trust that every time I turn my computer on, that every time I pick up this headset, it's going to just work. And for my use case scenario, that means it's out. I don't know whether I'll be able to get a refund or I'll have to sell it online on eBay. I don't know. But I can no longer trust it as thingy. So I've gone back to a 5-year-old headset, my Valve Index, and I'll be using my Quest 3 as for the more stunning stuff graphically. It's nowhere near as good as this, and it's meta, but I can't go through this anymore. This is Jason for the Weber channel. This is a video I didn't want to make.